Starts. Yeah, started. So constructor says special method which name is always same as class name. It is also method, but it is a special method which name will always as a class name. It's not name other than a class name. Here, see, this is also a method, but his name is not same as class name. So that is constructor. Second type, like constructor invoked or called by the JVM at the time of creating an object only. At the time of creating an object only. Okay. Constructor. You can say by default. By default. Okay, so constructor, this is the one. And what you can say? Constructor. Any idea why we use constructor? Constructor used to initialize the class member at the time of loading the class only. Next one. Constructor is a special method here. Constructor means it does not allow even void keyword also. Even void keyword also. Okay. Even void keyword also we cannot method we can use, but in constructor with constructor we will not use void keyword. Here also a method which name is always same as class name. Constructor is getting called implicitly by the JVM at the time of creating an object only. By default, you can specify. And implicitly means internally. Each and every time, constructor used to initialize the class member at the time of loading the class only. It does not allow even void keyword also. So let's start. Here one example. Let me set my table nicely. Otherwise, I will get a neck pain. Yes. Yeah, right. So let's see here. This point is clear. Now, let's take one class, college only, or you can take class company, Here we write, let's say, public static void main string, anything you can write it here. Here you can write system.out.println, system very slow. Here, hello main. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Now class employee. Yes. Here, see, I am writing the employee age, employee ID, string, name, employee name. And here one method is there, void get salary. Salary is one method. This is one method. And here, or is string int sal. Writing, and here I'm writing. Okay. Here I'm writing salary. Just the salary of employee age you can write here. A salary of the employee is salary. Let's save this program. By the name company. And 7 AM morning batch. Today is what date? 3rd Jan. This is 6th Jan. 6th Jan. 5th Jan. Constructor. Here. And here I will save this company.java. Yeah. So program is saved. Now this is the program. So see, at class level, this time you can see I am simply declaring the variable. I am not assigning any variable value right side, like employee ID, employee name, or salary. I know I am not assigning. So what is the default value of employee ID if I will not assign any value? If I will try to access employee ID, then what is the value of employee ID? Let's say if I am creating an object of employee, huh?
Null.
Sorry,
Null value.
employee ID.
ID.
Guys,
0 it should be then in that case.
what should be there?
0.
Yes, default value for all numeric data type, primitive data type, default value will be 0 if you are not assigning. And all reference data type, default value will be null. Or any string type, string is also a class in Java. So this also default value will be null. If you will try to access, here you write, what you say? Employee ID equal to, then you write emp ID. Here, reference variable dot emp ID. Employee dot employee ID plus, here you write some space plus, you write employee name equal to plus employee name plus, give some space, salary equal to plus sal, right? So it will compile and execute this program. So here cd, what is that? Morning batch. And here, what is that? 6th. Okay. What is the class name? 6th Jan constructor is there, right? Okay. cd 6. Yeah. Now Java C company.java. Yeah, we do have error. Employee name, I have left some in reference variable name everywhere. Let's come to the program. I have not given the reference variable name. Here I have given. Here I have not given emp, because how to access the class member, class variable outside the class? Using reference variable dot operator. Reference variable dot operator. Reference variable dot operator. Right? Then manually can access. So now Java company. So here you see employee equal to 0, employee name equal to null, sal equal to 0. So any reference variable default value will be 0, null. So here right side, see, object is assigned. So it will hold the address of this. If nothing is assigned, then it will give you null. If right side nothing is assigned, it will give you null. Okay, so here also, if you are creating the type of employee, what is user defined data type? Any or reference variable, any variable used with the class type. Let's say here I am writing E. So E, see, employee ID is a type of integer. Employee name is a type of string. Salary is a type of integer. Same way, E is a type of employee. Right? So this is not a simple variable. These all are the primitive variables. This is primitive variable. But the variable used with class type is a reference variable. And default value of reference variable is always null. Default value of reference variable is always null. Is always null. Is always null. Okay? Employee. Even string is a class in Java. Even it's a predefined class. String, see, employee is a user defined class. Employee name is string is a predefined class in Java. String is a predefined class. Predefined class in Java. Inbuilt class. Class in Java which contains sequence of character. sequence of character in double quotes, within double quotes. So anything which is within double quotes is a string. So even see any class type which is not assigned, right side no value is there. So default value of class type will be null. So this is also a reference variable, you can say variable, but it is a class type. So there also default reference value, the value of this reference variable will be null. Here also value of reference variable will be null. So here it will print this reference variable also you will get null. Emp.d. Here employee name also null and E is also null. So any reference variable default value will be null. For any primitive variable, default value will be 0 for all numeric type. For decimal type 0.0 for character space and boolean, default value is false. Already we have told this. Now the question is why we are not assigned the value on right side. Why we are not writing? So see, if you will assign any value, then this variable will be static. If you are assigning any value, then their value will be static. Like always, it will be same, right? Here, employee ID, if I will, let's say, writing 30 or something. This is employee ID. Then always for, let's say, I want to store 10 employee. For our employee ID will be same, right? Later we have to update and all we have to do. That's why we will not assign in the beginning. Based on the requirement, we'll keep on updating the employee ID and employee name. If you want to create a structure of 10 employees, data structure for a 10 employee, how can you create? It will have different employee ID, it will have different names. So in beginning only, if you will write here one value and employee name one value, so for all employees, same ID and name will be there. That is not a correct behavior, right? So that's why I am not assigning anything. And as a professional programmer, we should not assign in the beginning based on our use. Based on the requirement, we will keep on assigning later. Okay. This is. So with the help of constructor, we'll keep on assigning different value. Now, in this whole statement, now we come to the constructor. Till here, any doubt, anyone? Till here, any doubt, anyone? Huh?
Sir, why do we invoke an object using another object? EMP is an object.
We are not
Sorry,
invoking.
reference
Here, EMP is the reference variable of employee,
reference.
right?
Oh, yeah.
We are trying to access the value of E. So anyway, this is if you write, because you are accessing this E outside the class employee, right? So if you write simply E, will you get the output? You are accessing this E is a reference.
Location.
Location, see, this E is outside the employee. E is a type of employee here. E variable is defined inside employee class, and you are trying to access inside a company class, right?
Correct.
Now, if you will try to access, see, he is not able to identify E at the time of loading. This compiler is not able to identify E reference value within this company class, right?
Okay.
So to reference it, okay, this E reference variable, it is coming from employee. That's why we are writing employee.e. Okay. If you do not want to write like this, then method is there. Here you can access, right? Method is used to access the class variable. Then here you can write. The value of reference variable
Of
E.
employee.
Yeah.
Okay.
E plus E, simple.
E.
We do not require here reference variable within the same class, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll
Got
get
it.
null. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. Got it.
got it.
Got it.
Okay. Another doubt, anyone, guys?
Is it a nested class or
This is not nested class.
okay?
This is a simple one class employee, another class is company.
Because you are doing a employee right inside another employee.
No, I am just creating the, see, this is user defined data type, reference variable. I am, see, employee ID is a type of which variable, which data type? Integer.
Int.
Yeah. Employee ID is a type of integer, employee name is a type of string, salary is a type of integer. Now E is a type of which? What? E is a type of
Class.
employee class. So what is reference variable?
Okay.
Any variable used with a class type is a reference variable, and it always holds the address of the object or class, correct?
Yes.
See here, this is a reference variable. It always holds the address of right side, whatever you have written. And EMP is a type of what? Employee. That's why it's a reference variable, user-defined data type. So here E is a user-defined data type. These all are the primitive data type. Sal is a type of integer. Employee ID is a type of integer. Employee name is a type of string. String is also a class, but it's a predefined class in Java, which always holds the sequence of characters within double quotes. So this is different rule is there, but it's still string is a class. But any variable used with the class type is a reference variable. So here this E is used with the class type, it is a reference variable. So it is used with user defined type. So it always holds the address. It will always return new class type, E. Understood?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Anything? Now, in this statement, what is constructor? Then tell me in this statement, what is constructor? Actually, this is a constructor, this part. See, this is a class name. This is a reference variable. This is new is an operator. This is an object. But this is a constructor. This is a constructor actually. So now today we are completing the meaning of this. So here employee, this one is a constructor. So what is the definition of constructor? Constructor is a special method which name is always same as class name. See, it is a method because ending with small bracket, enclosed bracket, and any name ending with a small bracket is a constructor. But it is a method. It is a special method. It's not like a general method, any name. His name will always same as class name. That's why at the time of creating an object only, the constructor gets executed each and every time internally, implicitly by the JVM. We are not able to see, but internally it gets executed each and every time by the JVM. So see, and you do not implicitly means what? You do not have to call constructor. Here method you must call using reference variable. So you should call this method get salary. But constructor you do not have to call. It gets executed internally, implicitly by the JVM. If you want to prove, just you simply define this constructor inside this class. So what is constructor? Constructor is a special method which name is always same as class name. Yes, and here I am writing, sorry, start out of print, and just see. Now if I execute this program, first constructor will get executed. Whenever you will create an object, first constructor will get executed. Later, these all statements will get executed. You see here? See, DC, default constructor is getting executed first after main statement. Can you see that?
Yes.
So whenever we will create an object, at the same time, see the line here, definition, whatever I have given you theory, everything you just match. Implicitly, internally by the JVM at the time of creating an object only. Its name is always same as class name. It is a special method whose name always it will be a class name. And constructor used to initialize a class member. This I will tell you. But it does not allow even void keyword also. So here in your program, if you will write here void before this, then it is not a constructor. It will be considered as a method. General method. If you write it here void, then it will not get executed. It will be considered as a method, general method. Here, now it's not get executed. Can you see anywhere? And third point is it gets executed internally, implicitly. To prove it, I have defined it here. Default behavior cannot be defined. Means you cannot define also, you can define also. If you would define also, there is also no problem. If you don't define also, there is no problem. Internal behavior, it keeps on executing each and every time. So to prove you, I have written this. If you will not write also, there is no error, only you will not get this one. To prove you, I have written it explicitly and we do not have to call the constructor. Automatically, whenever you write this line, at the same time, this employee constructor gets executed. From here, flow will come here. Along with this object only, this constructor gets executed. Understood?
So what is the return value on the constructor? Nothing.
Constructor does not return anything.
Okay. It is used for initialization. Yes. Okay.
At the time of loading the class, have I used any void keyword also here? That's why constructor does not accept even void also. Okay. If I will write void, then this is not a constructor. This will be considered as a simple method. Like this, get salary. So constructor name is always same as class name. It is a special method. See, it is a method. From here also you can method. What is the behavior of methods? Just now I told. Methods are used to access the class variable. So through constructor also you can access the class variable. So at the time of the loading the class only you can access all these variable. Employee ID plus employee name plus, right, then salary, then give some space. This reference variable, E, So here, this all value you are getting when you call get salary method, then you will get the output, or here you will get the output. So see here, with DC means before this statement only, at the time of loading the class only, you will get access of all these variable. Understood? So see here, run this. At the time of loading the class only. See here, DC default constructor 0 null 0 null. And after that, in main method, you are accessing this. Main method, you are accessing this. Then your get salary method is getting called. Then you are getting the salary. Salary of the employee 0 and value of reference variable E. But here, at the time of loading the class only. See here. You get all the output. Right? Get clear? This point is clear or not?
Yes. Do we need to write always constructor or no need?
No, it
That's
is
it.
implicit. This is implicit behavior. Internally, it gets executed each and every time. So whenever you want to do something at the time of loading the class, that time you can define the constructor. But even if you will not define also, no problem. It will not throw any error because it's implicit behavior.
Okay.
Sir, if the return type is void, will it employ this? The line will not get
This will considered as a
method.
method, simple method,
Okay.
method like get salary.
So okay. So in this case, if we execute, we will not get the line DC employee
No,
ID.
we will not get. If it is a void here, then explicitly you have to call this
Called.
employee
Okay.
method.
Okay.
Like get salary you are calling, then you have to call this one.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Got it. Thank you. Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Constructor, you don't have to call. Constructor gets executed automatically. That's why I have written get invoked by the JVM. See here, it's constructor invoked, called implicitly internally by the JVM at the time of creating an object only. And at the end, I have written by default. By default. Again, I deleted because you may not understand. Okay. Now, at the time of creating an object only. Now you see. Here, use of constructor. So at the time of get salary, if you will call this method, then you can access this. All the members will get executed later of this class, but the constructor will get executed at the time of creating an object only of this employee. So if I will assign this value here only, let's say if I will write it here, employee ID equal to something. Here, employee name equal to, let's say employee name Isha. Here I will write sal equal to something 55,000. Okay. And yeah, that is fine. Now you try to access this. Control C here. And I am writing after initialization. After initialization. Now you see here, I am assigning all this value at the time of loading the class only. What benefit you will get? Whenever you will call this method, get salary with reference variable, here salary you will get 343. You will not get null. You will get 343. Even you constructor, instead of here, you write at the end also. First, this constructor will get executed. Okay. And the all default value of class member will get assigned with this value. And whenever you will call the method, and if you are trying to access anything, let's say employee ID, inside get salary, first write get sal, just to identify whether it's get executed in this method, right? Here, get sal. Get salary. I think here only you can write, and now reference variable I'm not printing, just write employee name. The value of employee name, or in one line only you can write whatever. You write the employee name equal to. Same way, like is salary, employee name, employee ID, correct? The employee ID. See, run this. So this will get executed later whenever you will call it. But here you tell me employee ID, what output you will get it here? Will you get 0? Here in this method, if we call this, yeah,
343.
we will get 343 because this all variable I have assigned, initialized at the time of loading the class only. So later, all the class from anywhere you access these variables, this value is copied in the memory to this, because at the time of loading only, this all variables got assigned, and whenever you will access, you will get the value, what is assigned. See here, default constructor after initialization 343 Isha 5,000. Now here you see, in main method, you have accessed this employee ID equal to 343, employee name Isha, salary 50,000. Reference variable, I have not assigned anything, null. Now see inside a get salary method also, the employee ID 343, salary of employee is this one, and the employee name is this. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the importance of constructor. Is it clear for everyone? Now, I'll come back to the theory. Constructor is having two types. Constructor is two types. One is called default constructor. Another part is called parameterized constructor. So what do you mean by default constructor? Constructor without argument or parameter. Parameterized constructor means constructor with argument or parameter. With argument or parameter. What is argument? What is parameter? Argument means some value while calling. Let's say here you are calling this constructor is getting invoked whenever you are creating an object. Here, if you write inside something, let's say 10, anything, right? 10 Java or whatever, employee ID, employee name, anything, XY, X employee, something, name you are passing. So this is called arguments or parameter. Anything you write inside this bracket, that's why in main method also, this is called as an argument. Anything you write inside this bracket, this will called as an argument or parameter. So whenever you are calling, at that time you can pass this. value, whatever value you are passing inside this, that is called argument or parameter. Simple. So constructor is also two types. One is argumented constructor, non-argumented means parameterized constructor, and non-argumented. So default constructor without parameter. So here see, this is a default constructor. What do you mean by default constructor? It gets invoked implicitly by the JVM at the time of creating an object. That is called default constructor. It invoked C by default. By default. So here default constructor invoked, called implicitly, internally by the JVM at the time of creating an object. That is default constructor. And here default constructor need not be defined in the class. Means, what do you mean by that? See here, default constructor, this is a default constructor, right? No argument is there. So you can define also, you cannot define also, it doesn't matter. Because this is a default behavior, internally it gets executed each and every time. So you write also explicitly in the class, you don't write also, it is not going to impact your program because it's a default behavior. But in case of parameterized constructor, it must be defined in the class. All things will be same. It will also call, it also gets called at the time of creating object only. Object only. This is also gets called at the time of creating object only, but it must be defined in the class. Default constructor need not to be defined in the class. You can define also, you cannot define also, it depends on. But in case of parameterized constructor, this must be defined in the class. You have to define it. You have to write in the class. Otherwise, it will throw error. Understood? Is it clear? This point? Now, if you go here. Now I am creating one more object, let's say. I think this program will become messy. Let it be only one program. Control A, Control C, new. Control A, Control B. I am removing all this. Okay. I am removing all this. Just remove and let it blank. Yeah, and here also I'm removing everything now. Now, if I will write it here, let's say I am passing the employee ID, let's say 234 here, from here only, and you can pass anything inside this, integer, string, boolean, whatever. And here employee name I am writing, let's say Isha. From constructor only as a parameter I'm passing this. So in case of this, let's say I have not defined constructor here. Now you save this program, Control-ish. So in 6th Jan constructor, 6th constructor, it is now I am writing here one new folder, constructor part 2. Part 2. Here I am saving this program with same name. What is that? Company, right? Company.java. So this is constructor. Now here I am saving this program. Now see here, I have not defined this employee constructor with this argument inside this class. So it will throw an error. Error will be boss, the employee constructor arguments are differ in length. Like that, you will get an error. At compile time only. Okay. CD, what is the program name? Part 2 constructor, something is there, right? What is the folder name? Guys, what is the folder name? Okay, Java C company or Java. See here, this is the error. Now you can see the error. See? Constructor employee in the class employee cannot be applied to a given types. See, new employee 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you see required no argument found int string. Actual and formal argument list differ in length. Means this is called actual argument. The value is called actual argument, and formal argument when you will define in the class, that will called a formal argument. So boss, actual argument is 2, but in the class there is no argumented constructor with 2 parameters, 2 arguments. That's why, and it is expecting integer and string in the class, right? But it is no. And here required means no argument means, so make it as a default constructor. That's it. Because default constructor, implicit behavior, even you define or don't define, doesn't matter. So that's why this is actual parameter. If you are writing it here, it must be defined in the class. Understood? With these 2 arguments. Now you see how to define this parameterized constructor. Same. Employee, let's take this, Control C, define it here. Now here, this is which type of value? Integer value. So to store this type of value, here I will write a variable. Let's say here I am writing employee ID or something, ID, int ID. And to store this string type of value, I should define it here. To store Isha, I should define one data type with variable, let's say string name. Okay. And here you go. And then you print. This is 2 argumented constructor. Control V, and here I'm writing 2 args constructor plus you write ID plus, just write ID plus name. See, go here. From today, if you will not practice, then you will not understand. I told you 2 days back only real Java starts. So don't take it easy. Might be it's a free, but it's very much costly. Now see 2, 3, 4, 5. ID is stored, this 2, 3, 4, 5 is stored in the ID, and Isha is stored in the name. This is called formal parameters. That is called actual parameters. While calling, the real values are called actual parameters or actual argument. And whenever you try to store with the same, you try to define, you will get, this is called formal parameters. ID and name is formal parameters or formal arguments. ID and name, formal parameters or arguments. So constructor with arguments is called a argumented constructor, parameterized constructor. It must be defined in the class. If you are not defining, then it will throw error. Understood? Here 2, 3, 4, 5 and Isha is actual argument. Argumented constructor. So here employee you can write, here employee is a argumented constructor. Here employee, this one is a argumented constructor. Okay, you can write it here. Argumented or parameterized parameterized constructor. But these two are called actual parameter or actual argument. These two are called formal parameters. Understood this one? So here, if you want, you can assign this with these values. Now, what I am doing now, I will assign this employee ID, salary, employee name with my constructor ID and name. See, in salary also you can define. Here int salary, top you go, give the salary also. Right? Here you give, and you can assign this. How can you assign? Here you write, this is before initialization, here name plus sal. Everything you can write it here. Now you can initialize. Now you can say, I am assigning the class member employee ID with constructor employee ID. I will assign the employee class employee name with constructor employee name. I will assign class employee salary with constructor salary. So see here, simply you write employee ID equal to ID. So this ID, whatever value is there, it will get assigned into employee ID. Left side is a class variable. Right side is a constructor variable. You are right, here you write employee name equal to, you write name. And sal equal to, you write salary, this salary. So whatever value is coming the salary, it will get assigned to this cell. Understood? Now if you try to print this, after assignment, after updated with constructor value. Let's see. Go compile and execute.
Semicolon is not good.
Is it? Okay. It will throw error.
Employee name equal.
Okay. Okay. We'll throw error. Here, right? Here?
Yeah. Yep.
Here? Okay. Thank you. So here, let's see here, and you can see two argument constructor 235 Isha 0 and two argument updated with constructor value 235 Isha and 55,000. This all salary is updated, name is updated, and the ID is updated. Now here why 2345 Isha 0 is coming?
Initialization.
Because see here, ID I have written. ID is the constructor. This is all constructor value. So if instead of that ID you write employee ID here, it will give you 0 here. This was a constructor value. Employee name. Instead of name, you write employee name. Name is a constructor value. So local, it will take name, whatever name you are passing, Isha. Here you write this one, employee name. Right? So this is still 0 and null. After assignment, it will become 2345 null and all. Salary also, you write, it will give you 0. Right? So if you compile and execute. And you see that? Yeah. Did you people understand this? Any doubt in this? You need a lot of practice. If you didn't understand, practice. Yes, tell me. Huh?
In Akka's room, I kept this.
I'm not able to hear you. You are not audible. Like I'm not clear. There is no clear audio. Are you guys able to hear her or him? What is that? Who is having question? Yeah. So guys, I will be sharing this program. Please collect the doubt. Tomorrow you ask how much doubt you have, but you need to practice. Unless you practice, you will not get. Order of execution constructor will be first. Yes, always. Order of execution constructor, always constructor will get executed first. Whenever you will create an object, at same time constructor will get executed. And I have given in the note. Yeah. Anything else?
You invoke that you created the object, right? The line. So new in the parameter level, you create that, right? The after that, can I reference the employee ID, the updated employee ID and the employee name?
Yeah, now after that,
The-
whenever you will access employee ID, you will get 2, 3, 4, 5 only. Now here you write employee ID, reference by emp.employee ID, you will get 2, 3, 4, 5.
But you have
Because,
updated in the constructor, right?
yeah, so constructor if I will update, so whenever this line will execute, same time this will also get executed, na?
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. So this constructor gets executed at the time of creating an object, at the time of loading the class, this time only. So from here, control will come here at same time, and these all lines will get executed. After
Okay,
that, you
got
access employee. Yeah.
So ID plus 5, if I put it, the updated value will be printed, right?
Yes. Yes.
Employee
Once
ID equal. Yeah.
yeah.
Got
After
it.
this, yeah. Is it okay? Yeah, guys. So others batch are waiting. From tomorrow, you all please join by 9 o'clock. I will be sharing this program to you guys within 10
So
15
9
minutes.
o'clock or 8 o'clock?
Oh, sorry, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Okay.
See, this is the batch. Here will 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock morning batch. Means here, this is the batch. They are waiting now. Here I taught till constructor. You people please join here. From tomorrow. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Is there a possible way put it in Google Drive somewhere? All the
Yeah, we can do
fragments.
that.
Oh.
That's also we can do that. Not an issue. That's also you people are not able to access this.
No, sometimes download is we forget it. So
Oh, okay, okay,
if the
okay.
Google
I
Drive.
will do that. I will collect these all things. Email ID already you people have shared. I think so. I will collect and will keep on sharing with this one. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
So you people are understanding or not?
Yes, I understand. Very
Yeah.
good.
See, you won't believe these all things in automation. It gets executed frequently. Sometimes here we'll pass the reference of driver. Sometimes we'll pass the reference of any method. Here we will initialize some value. Some class will be inheriting that class. So if you'll see the practical examples in Selenium with this, it will be very much effective. And then you will get to know the importance of this OOPS concept. Yesterday, one of my students, they have been Saturday they have been interviewed for Java Selenium. He is in USA, Washington. So he was not my Selenium. I didn't start it, but Java OOPS concept I have completed for. So whatever he was asking, exception handling, file handling, anything, he was able to answer. Then he told, boss, you are very good in Java. That's why I am giving you for second round. But automation you need to prepare a little bit. Because of Java, he got selected for second round. And he has not replied even one answer in Selenium. And the interview was on automation, Selenium automation. So if you are very good here, then they can understand, hey, this guy can work in Selenium. But after learning this Selenium also, you should learn in the same way. You go to YouTube and all, they will not teach you in deep how this flow is going, how it's happening. You will keep on floating in the river. That's it. Okay, I don't have to say anything more. Let's stop the session now. And guys, we'll meet tomorrow by 8 o'clock. Is it okay?
Sure. Thank you.